Here we are, day 10. It's Sunday and it's time for our relaxation or restorative yoga. So make sure you grab all your blankets and your pillows or whatever else you might need to make yourself comfortable and warm. Now that you have everything that you need close at hand, let's begin just doing a quick little seated warm-up. We're going to be working on our hips a little bit today. So I want you to place your hands behind you. We've done this one before. Inhale, nice deep breath. Exhale, start to fold forward, hinging from your hips, really letting your knees flock open. Deep breath in through your nose. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Go a little deeper. If you want to go even deeper into the stretch, you take your hands and place them out in front of you and go a little further. On your next inhale, engage your core and slowly start to walk yourself back up. Left hand over right knee, inhale tall, twist. Keep breathing. Lengthen the spine. Use the breath to help stretch out all those little muscles. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Good. One more inhale. And slowly start to come around. Let's walk our right hand out to the side. Inhale the left arm up and over. Good. Reaching long with our fingertips, keeping that left hip grounded. Sits bone should be on the ground, even really trying to accentuate that left knee down. Sometimes I find if it wants to pop up, grabbing a pillow or a block or something to counterbalance is always a good thing. A little added weight. Inhaling, coming up. You can switch that to the other side now. If it'll balance on my knee there for me today. Good. Left hand down, right hand up. Keeping your chest lifted. Spine long. Don't collapse in your rib cage. Keep it long and lengthened. Good. Inhaling, coming up. Excellent. So let's go into our first, which is going to be a back bend. Now there's a couple of ways that we can do this. You can have I want your pillow with the long side up against your back. Now you might have to adjust the height of the pillow a little bit, just depending on how deep into a back bend you can go. You can use your blocks on either side, or books or towels, whatever you have handy. And you're slowly going to come all the way down into a nice back bend. Now what you want to make sure that's happening here is that your bum is still touching the ground and your shoulders are touching. So if you find that you're a little bit too high, you can always adjust and bring something smaller underneath. And you want it to be kind of right in the center of your back. You don't want it to be on your low back. You don't want it to be on your upper back, which is kind of right, so you're having a nice even bend in your back here. And again, shoulders should be touching, hips should be touching. Now as far as the legs go, you can either, we want to do a little bit of hip opening, so I suggest doing it this way for this specific round, but I'll show you an alternative if this is too much for your lower back. So you're going to have your blocks, books, whatever, blankets underneath your knees here, and you're going to let them rest. So your legs are going to rest in your cobbler's pose, and then you're going to lay yourself back in a nice reclined position here, back bend. breathing deeply. Sometimes you might find that the blocks are too high, you're not getting enough of a stretch, just pull them away and go a little deeper. Now again, if this is too much, if you don't want to do all of this at once and you might just want to do the back bend, you can straighten your legs. Okay, and have your palms facing up. But today I'm trying to work on my tight hips, my groin area, very tight. So we want to do our cobblers, the soles of our feet touching, letting our legs flop open, but just making sure we're getting all the support that we need. And breathing deeply, focusing on that nice even curve in our spine, nice hips that are open. Holding it here for a few breaths. And again, this is why we want to be dressed nice and warm, so that we can not be focused on how chilly we are, but just focusing on how relaxed we feel. Breathing into the back bend. Taking the breath all the way down to the groin. Letting your hips release and rotate. Any of these poses you can continue to hold as long as you like. Pause the video and stay a little bit longer. But now we're going to slowly come out of it, straightening your legs if they weren't already straight, and rolling off to the right or to the left, off of your bolster to come up. Good. For the next one, we're going to go into pigeon pose. So there's, again, a couple of ways you can prop yourself up here. But let's get into our pigeon and then prop ourselves up. But I'm going to need the pillow and the blanket to show you. So I'm going to put the pillow kind of in front of us, away. And I'm going to do it this way so that I'm going to have my right leg forward first. So the way you want to do it is to have your knee on the outside of your hip, placed down on the mat. And then you want your foot kind of outside of the other hip. Ideally, you're supposed to have your foot or your shin being like parallel to the short side of your mat. My hips are not that open, so we're gonna. My leg is definitely not out as straight as it should be. Whatever is comfortable for you. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a gap between my bum and the floor. So you're gonna place a pillow up underneath there to give it some support. So you've got that support so that your hips are nice and square. That back leg is nice and straight behind you. You're going to pull this pillow all the way up into your belly so that you can slowly start to walk yourself down and get nice and comfortable in our reclined pigeon here, feeling a nice stretch in your right hip, in your left groin and upper quad. And again, just breathing deeply, letting your body release into it. You can adjust as you need to. If you feel that isn't high enough, you can prop it up higher. If you don't need it, you can always take it away, whatever is comfortable. Your bum doesn't have to be touching the ground, but if it's more comfortable for you to have that support underneath it, you can definitely use it. If you don't need it, you're feeling okay, you're not feeling too shaky or having any pain, then you can go ahead and remove it. And again, we're just going to breathe deeply, melting into the pose. Holding it as long like here. You can pause the video and stay here, or we can switch to the other side. So now slowly use your hands to walk yourself back up. You can roll down onto your hip, bring the other leg forward, and let's switch sides. So again, you can start in all fours if it's easier. Bring that left leg forward, drop the knee so it's outside of where the hip is, then square your hips up. Then I like to walk that other leg straight back. Again, support goes under the bent leg hip if needed. Pull your pillow in, nice and comfortable. And then you can slowly come all the way down onto your pillow. Again, you want to make sure that your hips are nice and square and level. In this pose, a lot of people tend to want to shift so that their hips aren't right, or even come too far forward so that your hips aren't level. You want to make sure that they're nice and level. So the space between hip and floor on either side should be about the same. And let's melt into the pose. You can rest your head on the other cheek this time. And just breathe. You can stay here again as long as you like, or slowly come up. Rolling onto that left hip, coming all the way out. Good. The last one we're going to do today, another slight hip opener, but also with a forward fold here. We're going to place our right leg straight out in front of us, bringing our left leg in so that our sole of our foot is on the inside of our right thigh. And you can, again, depending on how open your hips are, use a blanket to support that outer knee. You're going to take the other pillow and lay it across. And you're going to slowly start to hinge from your hips. So pull the flesh away, which helps you hinge at your hips a little bit more. And you can grab a strap if you need to. And slowly start to fold forward. Now you don't have to be reaching for your toe if you don't want to. You don't have to. You can actually just come down, not be doing anything, and just really coming into your forward fold. And again, you should be feeling it in your hips, your groin area on both sides. If you want to go a little bit deeper, then you can take the strap or your hand and use that to flex your foot and pull. And you may even want to, if you're going to do that, pull your pillow in, or make your pillow lengthwise, and that way you can rest your head, you can use your hands, and you can pull your foot towards you. And again, if it's too, you don't need that, you can just remove. And just relax comfortably. Release the strap or your foot at any time, and then just go a little deeper into the pose, letting your foot relax. When you're in this pose, you're kind of not straight forward. Your body is going to be towards the right slightly because we're going over that right leg, and that way it will help. So again, making sure that you're maybe leaning a little bit to the right. And again, stay as long as you like, or we can switch sides. So we're switching sides, bringing the left leg forward and the right sole of the foot in to the inner left thigh, having your band there if you need to. And again, either propping your other hip up with a block or a blanket, sorry, the other knee, the right knee, and pulling the pillow in, pulling the flesh away, reaching for that strap or that toe if you want. Inhaling, elongate that spine, exhale, and melt slightly to over top of the left leg. You might even need a couple more pillows, whatever is going to be comfortable, and let you sit and hold the position as long as you feel the stretch for. Again, you can always lengthen that pillow out in front and release. By having that strap there, you're just giving yourself a nice hamstring stretch as well as a right groin and hip stretch. Or you can release and really just melt into it. You may want to place your head the opposite way this time. It should be easy to hold these poses for a long period of time. You shouldn't feel any shakiness or fatigue, but you will feel that everything is releasing, relaxing, opening up just a little bit more, which will allow you to do your asana practice when you get up and we're working on our regular warrior or sun salutations or whatever else we're doing. It will definitely help you go through those, having your ligaments and tendons nice and open, your muscles strengthened slightly. And again, hold it for as long as you like. Or join me in getting ourselves into a nice, comfortable corpse pose. Today we're going to use our pillows and blankets. I'm going to prop this one up underneath my knee. I'm going to use the blanket up behind my head, slowly rolling myself back on my mat. Good. So again, my knees are slightly splayed open. My feet are resting on the other side of the pillow. My palms are facing up. Shoulders are relaxed. Neck is soft. Chin slightly tucked. Working on our breath. Deep inhale. Long exhale. I'll leave you with your thought for the day. Always remember to just breathe. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.